Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I am Atif Hassan, your computer science teacher. Today, in this lecture, we will discuss about loops and arrays. These topics are in unit number 4 of your computer science book. Arrays. An array is a data structure that can hold multiple values of same data type. For example, an int array can hold multiple integer values. An important property of array is that it stores all the values at consecutive locations inside the computer memory. In this slide, we will discuss how can we declare an array. In C language, an array can be declared as follows. We have to declare three things about an array. First of all, we have to mention data type of array, whether it will be integer, float, or character. Secondly, we will mention an array name. And finally, we have to declare what size will be of this array. So data type, array name, and array size. These are three factors we have to mention before declaring an array. As you can see in the examples, int daily underscore wage sub 7. It will declare an array of type integer that holds the daily wages of a laborer of 7 days. Similarly, float marks 20. Here, float is the data type, marks is the array name, and 20 is the array size. Accessing array elements. Each element of an array has an index that can be used with the array name to access the data stored at that particular index. First element has the index 0, second element has the index 1, and so on. Thus, height sub 0 in the given figure refers to first element, height sub 1 refers to the second element, and height sub 6 refers to the last element. Here is an example of accessing array elements. An array of int type, integer type is declared which can hold the ages of 5 persons. Age sub 0 will access the first element and age sub 4 will access the fifth element, that is the last one. Now we will discuss how can we use a variable as array index. An array of 5 elements is declared. Here a variable I, which is of integer type, is used to access the elements of array. For example, if value of I is 2, then a sub I will access the third element of the array, which is a sub 2. In this slide, we will discuss about the second part of the topic, which is for loop. For loop is used to repeat one or more statements. In C language, for loop has the following general syntax. As you can see, in for loop, first of all, we have to initialize a variable with some number. Secondly, we have to declare here a condition. This condition will decide If the condition is true, then loop will continue to execute itself. And if the condition is false, then loop will break. And thirdly, increment and decrement will increase or decrease the value of the variable we have mentioned in initialization. And then in the curly brackets, we will mention the code which we want to repeat with the help of for loop. Now here is an example of for loop. In this example, you can see that printf statement is used only once in this program. But because of for loop, this printf statement will be executed multiple times. You can see that in initialization, we have initialized a variable of integer type with 1, and the condition mentioned here is a less than equal to 3. It means this for loop will continue to repeat itself until the value of a will remain less than or equal to 3. And finally, we have incremented the variable a with 1 in every iteration. Loops and arrays as variables can be used as array indexes, so we can use loops to perform different operation on arrays. If we want to display the whole array, then instead of writing all the elements one by one, we can loop over the array elements by using the loop counter as array index. In next slides, we discuss how loops can be used to read and write values in arrays. How can we write values in arrays using loops? Using loops, we can easily take input in arrays. If we want to take input from user in an array of size 10, sample code is given. You can see in this code variable I, which is of integer type, as counter variable is being used as an array index to access array elements. Now, how can we read values from arrays using for loops? Using loops, we can easily read the values from arrays. If we want to display values from an array of size 10, sample code is given. In this code, variable I, which is being used as counter variable of loop, is being used as an array index to access array elements. And finally, in this example, elements of two arrays are being accessed by counter variable of for loop. So loops make it easier to read and write values in arrays. Dear students, this ends our lecture about loops and arrays. I feel that this lecture will be very helpful for your studies and understanding these topics. If you still have any problem, you can consult your computer teacher for further clarification. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.